The Technology Association of Georgia State of the Industry Report.
Good morning, everyone. Don't we have some cool technology? I mean, it's amazing. We hear about play motion, and then next second we're talking about how we can track criminals anywhere in the world, you know. So I'm really proud of what our top 40 judges did and the companies that are here today, and I really appreciate all of you being here today. As I said in the little business launch video clip, TAG's aim is to educate, inform, and unite the Georgia technology community. And what better way to unite than to celebrate and recognize your successes at something like the Georgia Technology Summit. So I really feel blessed to have the opportunity to be part of the summit and bring you together to celebrate and to recognize. Today I have the opportunity to inform through our report on the state of the technology industry. In 2006, the Board of Directors authorized the first State of the Industry report with the belief that the Georgia technology stakeholders were in need of a central repository for technology information. Greater awareness of facts and trends, we believed, would give you another tool in your toolkit to make informed decisions, and you responded. Well over 3,500 people picked up the CD, downloaded the report from our website or our community, or attended a presentation. And the interest in obtaining the information is not waning. In fact, I've had a chance to present a few sneak previews to standing room only crowds this year, so I'm anticipating double the participation as we move forward. The State of the Industry Report represents one element of a comprehensive set of services we are providing to achieve TAG's broader vision to drive Georgia into the top 5 fastest growing technology states in the nation. And of course, we can't expect to do that alone. The only way to make it happen is through the mobilization of all Georgia technology stakeholders to work together with one common outcome in mind. The good news is that our report reinforces something that all of us intuitively know. We have so much going on for us in Georgia, there's absolutely no reason that we can't be the best of the best. For the next few minutes, I want to discuss the strengths that we collectively possess and then end by conveying how we can collectively address our challenges. First, for some of the good news. Our first finding is that Georgia is an excellent location for technology. We are among the top 10 fastest growing states and the fastest among benchmark states shown here. The states on the chart are used as benchmarks throughout the report and were selected because they represent key players in relation to Georgia. California, Massachusetts, and Texas are regarded as the most prominent technology states, and North Carolina and Florida are considered Georgia's competition in the Southeast. Another draw for technology business in Georgia's growing labor force, which has outpaced the national average 8 of the last 10 years. The Atlanta Metropolitan Chamber of Commerce had a statistic that said 460,000 jobs have been created in the last 10 years here. The second thing that we found is that the high tech contributes significantly to the state's economy. Georgia ranks 5th among all states in the percentage of gross state product that is delivered from our information sector. And Georgia has a higher percentage of technology establishments and computer specialists than the national average. And Georgia's high-tech industry continues to grow. Although the growth in the number of high-tech establishments has slowed considerably in recent years, the total number did increase. Furthermore, employment and payroll growth is accelerating, showing positive trends that are slowly reversing the losses of 2002 and 2003. Additionally, several technology sectors show impressive strength. 5 technology sectors are growing significantly faster than the national average. 2 are in manufacturing, pharmaceutical and medicine manufacturing, and medical device and supply manufacturing. The other 3 are in the service sector. Architectural and engineering services, computer system design, and scientific research and development. Other technologies, while not showing higher than average growth rates, have stronger concentration in Georgia versus the national average, including ISP and web search portals, wireless technology communications, telecommunications resellers, wired telecommunications carriers, software publishers, audio and video equipment manufacturers, and the computer system and design. Another observation is that job growth and attractive wages make Georgia an ideal place for technology professionals. High-tech wages consistently exceed Georgia's average wage for all occupations. The highest paid technology jobs are nuclear engineering at an average rate of $109,000, medical science at $104,000, and computer and information systems at $100,000. Tech jobs are not only the highest paid jobs in Georgia, they are growing faster than jobs in other areas of the state economy. The top 3 state industry sectors projected to add jobs at the greatest rate are technology related, and they are the internet service provider and web search, computer systems design, and software publishing. We also found that technology is playing a significant role in bringing new capital to the state. Georgia venture funding peaked in 2000, reached its lowest point in 2005, and is now rebounding and has increased over the last 2 years from $250 million to $462 million in 2007. 72% of all venture fund deals are funded in sources outside of the state. And interestingly, more than 75% of the funding supports technology-related business. This slide shows 2006 data of software funding, $141 million, representing 51% of the total investment in the technology sector. An important part of the high-tech community are Georgia institutions of higher education. Georgia Institute of Technology, Emory University, University of Georgia are leading holders of patents in Georgia. These and other Georgia institutions are steadily increasing R&D. In fact, since 2001, Georgia major universities have spent more than $1 billion a year in R&D research, cumulatively. Additionally, Georgia institutions have a vital role in developing entrepreneurs with over 29 programs currently being offered. And Georgia universities are a rich source of technology talent. Even though Georgia spends less than the national average per pupil on public education, it spends triple the amount than the national average on student financial aid. 82% of Georgia high school students who attend college stay in Georgia, a higher percentage than the U.S. average in several of our benchmark states, including Florida, Massachusetts, and North Carolina. And as you can see by this chart, many of these students who join the Georgia workforce after graduation. During 2005-2006 academic year, Georgia's largest universities combined and graduated over 14,000 students with degrees in math, science, engineering, including 4,700 with graduate degrees. The high-tech industry leads the state in women-owned and women-led businesses. Women play a vital role in technology business in the state of Georgia, both as owners and executives, and the number of women at all levels is increasing. More women graduates with technology degrees. Georgia is making the greatest gains amongst benchmark states in the number of women graduating with science and engineering degrees, with a 66% increase during the 5-year period ending in 2005. And further evidence of female prominence in the industry can be seen in participation in our Women in Technology, which is one of the fastest growing societies in TAG and always has great attendance at their meetings. I know they're out here today. But Georgia does face its share of challenges. While Georgia tech industry is growing, has many bright spots, it faces challenges if Georgia is to be the center of the high-tech industry. Here you see, even though the technology industry is rebounding nationwide, Georgia is not getting its fair share of the high-tech establishment growth, with the national growth far exceeding Georgia. Although venture investment in Georgia rose more than $100 million in 2007, it dropped 20% in the technology sectors, suggesting that technology investment has decreased in importance to venture investors. In the past, technology share of the venture funds has been considerable, but it has dropped in the last 2 years from 84% of the total funding in 2005 to 47% in 2007. In fact, software, you saw the slide earlier, funding dropped more than 60%, only accounting for 12% of 2007 venture backing as compared to 40% in 2006. Networking, equipment, and semiconductors also dropped dramatically. The only 4 technology sectors that had noteworthy gains were biotech, medical device and equipment, IT services, and telecommunication. The robust M&A, which we all know about, some of us have lived with and lived through and seen certainly, activity has occurred over the past 2 years, indicates that companies are looking to Georgia for technology investment. Yet the wealth an M&A generates in the state from technology is not being used to reinvest in technology. This chart shows that real estate is receiving a greater share of investment dollars than venture-funded companies. In fact, $25 to every $1 in Georgia is only second to Florida among benchmark states in the ratio of real estate to venture investment. More venture funding is needed to foster growth in technology enterprises. Given that the state of the industry previously presented, Georgia should be receiving more venture funding. Even though individual venture deals are on a par with national average overall, venture investment in Georgia companies is only 56% of the national average based on gross state product. So that means if Georgia could nearly double its venture capital deals, it still would only be equivalent to the national average. In 2007, that would have meant an additional $362 million worth of venture capital funding. So these trends obviously need to be reversed. Another area that presents a challenge for the high-tech industry is the community student performance in math and science. In Georgia, only 27% of 4th grade students and 22% of 8th grade students are proficient in math, and 23% of 4th grade and 8th grade students are proficient in science. We all know that the next generation of Georgia's technology employees need to be the best of the best if we expect to be competitive in the global marketplace. So can we get our fair share of establishment growth, venture funding, and the technology talent pool? In order to answer the questions, we must look at how growth happens. Tech growth happens when Georgia resources converge. I believe that the framework to address our challenges is really quite simple. We need the convergence of talent, ideas, and capital, which will stimulate and sustain growth for our state. The secret sauce is an organized, community-wide response to the whole versus the parts. A fragmented approach doesn't move the needle. Addressing talent, ideas, and capital is one issue, with the community solution will produce results. Parts of the community are beginning to work together. Allow me to give you 3 examples of TAG-related partnerships. TAG ATDC entrepreneurs have formed a partnership to support entrepreneurs by providing opportunities to exchange knowledge, productively network, and drill down into topics of importance. The GRA TAG business competition, which you just heard about from last year's winner. So you now know that TAG and GRA are supporting and stimulating new ideas in company creation. And Venture Atlanta was founded by leaders of the CEO Council, the Metropolitan Chamber, and TAG under the leadership of co-chairs Alan Mosley, I know he's with us today, and Fred Sturgis. We have hired Ellison Eman, who's here with us today as our first executive, and the first Venture Atlanta conference is being slated for October 15th and 16th. Here we hope to bring together over 200 investors from around the USA to showcase our great companies. So can we get our fair share, borrowing a theme from a current slogan that's sweeping the country? Yes, we can. If we work together towards a common purpose everyone can play a role. I think the state of Georgia can work with technology community to create more incentives to bring companies here and grow them all along their corporate growth path. We're calling that economic gardening. It's one thing to bring companies in, and we need to do that. The other is to support them while they're here and help them to grow and nurture them. And TAG's certainly playing a role in that. Our corporate leaders can open the doors a little bit wider to do business with Georgia companies, particularly small, new Georgia companies like the ones we're hearing about that can truly make an impact in the community if they're only given a chance. And successful entrepreneurs can reinvest in technology and be ready to mentor young companies. And really all of us have to work together to find ways to improve our education system throughout the state. Most of you know TAG has gained momentum over the past few years, growing from 1,400 members to over 4,000. I want to end where I began. There is no reason why our state can't be the top of the list when it comes to the technology growth. The solution will require us to move away from fragmented approach to working systematically and unselfishly for a common cause. TAG is ready to do that, and I hope you are as well. Thank you for being part of today, and thank you for being part of the Technology Association of Georgia.